Hi everybody, Flash Trasman, your woman of fashion, back here again in Ambition of Minuet of Power. Oh, I just can't, I make myself laugh with these silly things. Anyway, let's continue. Alright, continue. Chapter 1, establishing ourselves, was where we ended, so this is where we're carrying on from. You awaken the next morning in a bed that still feels unfamiliar. In this process of waking up, you start to recall last night's humiliations and wish that you were merely the product of your fitful dream. Unable to go back to sleep, you spend some time tossing and turning in bed before finally sitting up. Nothing is going to make last night go away. The only option is to decide what to do next. You feel exhausted, not physically, but in your very soul, like your fate and past has already been decided, and to remain here would be pointless. It would just be the humiliations of last night over and over again. However stronger than the exhaustion is a simmering rage you feel at the outrageousness of your circumstances, at the injustices of your treatment, and at the thought of going back to your tiny village after finally making it here to Paris. That was a mouthful and half, that was. Blimey. I've ever told you I'm not very good at reading things off screen. It's why I did three runs of Suzerain, and I'm doing this as well. All of which you spend myself reading stuff off the screen. Anyway, no, you must not go back. You cannot go back. Not while a single candle of your ambition still burns. I love Camille. She's madder than a box of frogs. Camille pops into your room, already dressed and ready for the day. Bonjour, madame, she beams. It looks like last night was quite an active night. Is there anything I can get you? Please find a spare pillow and smother me. I'm not sure. Do you know how to make murder look like an accident? I just love. It's for characterisation purposes. I just love this. This is why I play. What makes me laugh. Right, please find a spare pillow and smother me. I'm not sure. Do you might know how to make a murder look like an accident? So, madame, the other cushions are waiting to be washed. We can't have you end your life with a dirty pillow and proper form. It's almost like she means it. I'm wondering if there are any clean pillows would they smother me. While you wait, I must insist on getting you something to drink. Going without it wouldn't be healthy. What can I get you, madam? Tea, please. I need to keep my wits about for I'm gain people's trust. I'll have some wine, numbing the memory of last night. Let's go with tea. Let's keep ourselves. Camille returns so quickly with the tea that you're certain she made it ahead of time. It's piping hot, fragrant, and not too bitter. You drink the brew in silence. The gears of your mind slowly getting up to speed. The tiredness fades. Your anger does not. You gain a little bit of credibility. Just find a cup of tea. You can't go on with that. Oh, still level 2. Okay. You take a few minutes to finish your drink in silence and collect your thoughts. Something that keeps coming to mind is a gossip you've heard during your time at the party. Most of it was idle prattle, but some of it felt scandalous and valuable. Without an inheritance or a job, you need a way to make some money. Maybe someone will be willing to buy this gossip. Is that a thing people do? Will taps her chin thoughtfully. Well, when I was at Les Halles the other day, someone mentioned something about a newspaper with amazing society pages. I think it's called Le Trompette de Purple. Again, I apologise for butchering the French language, I really do. I can barely speak English, my own bloody language, let alone trying to speak French, but anyway. Le Trompette de Purple is now available available to visit in your Paris map. They'd have to get stories from somewhere. Why not you? In fact, I bet you'd be great at that, madame. I've gone from Baroness to be to gossip monger. Great, just great. Merci, Camille. I like Camille. With that, your day begins. Okay. We've got an art on. Okay, so let's go to explore Paris. So we've got the petite mogul. Let's go there. Let's go to Trumpet de Papel. A popular, if unscrupulous newspaper, spend the day to sell gossip, manipulate public opinion, and update your knowledge of political factions in Paris. Visit the location. What could possibly go wrong? You walk through the city, following Camille's directions. Eventually, you find yourself threading through narrower and narrower streets. Alleys packed with refuse and occasional vagrant napping in the shady field, most oppressive in their closeness. Suddenly, the alley opens up into a wider street near a square. You can hear the splashing of a fountain nearby. You finally found the sign for Le Trompette de Pueple. The paint appears to be fresh, but the office smells awful. But the office seems awfully small. The door is locked, so you give it a knock. Nobody answers. Looking around, you find a hastily written note lodged in the doorframe. It reads: Office temporarily closed. I'm engaging in emergency fundraising efforts. We apologise for the inconvenience management. Fear not this setback. The light of journalism shall never fade. At this moment you realise the splashing of the fountain is getting louder, accompanied by some of the most inventive profanity you've ever heard. Against your better judgment you decide to investigate. Ah, reedy voice shouts triumphantly. You come upon a man in grubby finery, up to his knees in the fountain. His shoes have been carefully placed at the water's edge. He does a little jig as he drops a wet coin into his snuff box, which he's clutching tightly in his other hand. Noticing your presence, the man in the fountain turns to you with a nod and a smile that attempts to be ingratiating. Bonjour, madame. Are you Pierre, the esteemed editor of Le Trompette de Papel? Are you serious? This is your emergency fundraising? A stranger smiles as it might out the fountain. I shall have you know that fundraising is more difficult than it appears. Even the most noble of men must occasionally stoop low to accomplish great things. Now what do you want? If I wanted to sell... that didn't start on the greatest foot. He's a bit of a loon. If I wanted to sell some gossip, how would that work? Yeah, let's have the tutorial. A devious smile crosses his face. New to this, are you? Don't worry, it's much easier than you think. Good. Cheap revolutionary gossip. This list shows all the pieces of gossip that you have at the moment. Click on one of them. Gossip's value is determined by its tier and its freshness, but it also has an effect. If you peddle influence, I'll take the gossip for free, but you can use that effect to change the standing of affection. So let's read that one again. I'll take gossip for free, but you can use the effect to change the standing of affection. However, right now you need money, so click to sell gossip button. Right, so let me do that again. So I can peddle influence. If you peddle influence, I'll take the gossip for free, but you can use that effect to change the standing of affection. Right, okay, see, right, okay, got you. So sell gossip. Are you sure you like to sell cheap revolutionary gossip? If you do, there's no chance there should be no chance. Yeah, sell it, we need the cash. When you're ready, click here to leave. You can always come back any time. Anywhere to continue. Leave, hang on, go home. That was easy enough. Mars, 24 Mars, 1789. You know what I forgot to do was the Estates Generale. The estates, the first, second, and third estates. I said I'd have a look what it all meant, and I completely forgot until just now. Okay, so you wake up the next morning. You wake up this morning to a polite knock on your bedroom doors, your bedroom's door frame. I'm just on one of my other devices looking up the French estates. No, that's not it. That's the French estates. French Revolution estates. I'd googled it and I've put French estate agents. Estate system. Here we go. Right, here we go. Right. The estates of the realm. The best known system is a 3-estate system of the French Anarchy regime used during the French Revolution. This system was made up of the clergy, the first estate, the nobility, the second estate, and the commoners, the third estate. There you go. Okay, it was worth the wait that was, wasn't it? Where's my mouse gone? Camille enters carrying a small armload of letters. Madame. Camille starts both confused and hesitant. There's lots of letters for you here. Are they familiar? Or are they for Armand? There are few, madame. Every single one. Camille beams. Are these party invitations? Why would anybody invite me to a party? Well, madame, you are a little famous right now. Camille replies. Everyone's heard about your running with that dreadful party host a few days ago. How they preyed upon your honour and spirited away your carriage, driver leaving you trapped and alone. Ooh. You don't think that's exactly how it happened, but decide you don't think it's exactly how it happened, but decide against fretting over the details. Fair enough. Camille starts talking faster and faster. Then, when all was lost, you were saved by a beautiful stranger who escorted you home in the moonlight night. It's so romantic, no? Oh, the rumours are already running rampant. Why, just in the market the day, I heard someone say you've taken quite liking to... Camille stops, stares into space and blushes. Actually, never mind that. Let's just never mind that. Never mind it again. Never mind what. Just rumours from marketplace matter. Nothing you should dignify. In any case, this is your chance to meet people in the city who don't hate you, or Monsieur Armand. You received many party invitations. You can now receive party invitations from all over Paris. Excellent. I'm sure that anyone who really judges you fairly is going to love you. Yeah, again, how does it work? Don't worry, madame, it's quite simple. Marvellous. You've just been invited to several parties. Camille will show you new invitations as you receive them. Choose accept or decline. Choose which parties you will attend, or choose to skip and choose later. Parties take up the whole day, but you can find gossip and advance certain stories there. Request to attend Madame Yvette Ducot to his choir recital. This party is sure to be very high, the height of cheerful gaiety. I'm just going to accept them all. Credibility up. Excellent. Okay. So we're gonna get close. Request to attend Madame to her wine tasting. This image party is very height of moment, so we're gonna gain lots of exhaustion. But yes, what could possibly go wrong? I'm accepting them all. Okay, hang on. Oh, these are on the same day. Request to attend of the fascinating his party upper regardless of party sure to be expected to save generous amusement. Attends the infamous Madame Ducot to her poetry salon. This intimate party is sure to be a festive celebration, so we're going to get party you will give level as exhaustion. 5 code break north. Do you receive crime gossip or revolutionary gossip? Ooh, which one do we want to go to? The Duc de Harcourt or Madame Bailey? Let's exit this guy. Declined. Military ball. Request attendance of his military ball. This intimate party is sure to be very height of merry celebration. Well, let's accept it. Go on then. I'm not sure that's the right thing to do, but hey ho. You can select any invitational calendar to see more details about its handing, or to attend the party the same day that you receive an invitation gives you a small bonus to credibility. Okay. Right, so let's have a look at this one. So this is accepted. Okay. Okay. Right, so now what do we do? So we've got this one coming up. How do I know what it is? How do I know? Right, okay. So let's explore Paris. Let's explore Paris because we need to get a new dress first, don't we? We need to make sure we've got our wardrobe. We've only got 2 outfits, which ain't good. So let's job on back to, how do we go back one? Calendar. So this first one, this is, oh hang on, yeah, I've got it, hang on a second, look at that, the symbol, I've just clocked it. Look, so that's a church, so we've been invited to a church party, so, got it. Okay, it says here, held by the church, so they're like provincial dresses, sometimes they're like So if I go provincial dress, they should like it, should they? The military like that. Church will nice. So let's just see what they like character semblance or humble. Well, okay. Let's head to the canal. Let's explore Paris. We've got We've got Parc de Monceau. We've got Le Grand, blimey, Café Principe. Oh, okay, so that's that's where we go. Okay, that's where we spend less shops. Café. I've got no clue what any of these are. Only things where the party are. Return to the estate a second. I didn't want to do that. Hang on. Does it say where it is? Interesting. Okay. Car recital. Explore Paris. Let's go here for. I don't know what to do. I want to see what that is, but I want to go. Let's get my dress sorted out first. Let's do that first. Most important part we need. Next event. So we want. Don't like that. It's basic. Everything we're gonna get is the only thing that's gonna get us bonus for the church is that. Conservative can't. We can't afford it though. Okay. Purchase. Novelty. So that is. Sell for 18. Blimey. See. We could get the humble outfit. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Because military thing, that's fantastic. Humble Caracas. I have no idea what one of them is. I'm looking at that. Church don't like that. So basically, we can't afford it. We can't afford any of this anyway. We could afford that, but have we got one of them already? We've got one of them already, haven't we? Oh, I don't know. Let's do it. Confirm. Okay. Leave the shop. That's the 25th of March 1789. Okay. Right. Next, when you wake up from your long last rest, feeling pretty much the same as you did last night. Now you think about it, you've been feeling tired since that terrible party a few nights ago. Camille enters the room carrying some breakfast. Bonjour, madame, you look unwell. Nicely spotted. Camille, I feel unwell. Well, don't worry. This sort of thing used to happen to Marcel around all the time. He would attend all these parties and forget that sometimes he needed to rest. Armand was always the sort of person who'd burn the candle at both ends. In fact, you are both often guilty of this, which is one reason why the two of you got along so well together. I do know that. The more parties he attended, the more exhausted he was, which made things harder and harder for him. Remember, madame, instead of spending the day outside, you can always rest at home for the day to recover your strength. There's nothing wrong for taking a break every now and then. Home is now available on the Paris map. I might just do that. Oui, madame, she replies. So if I explore Paris, we've got, how do I see our level of exhaustion, I wonder? Explore Paris. So we've now got music to the ears, pearls of journalism, we've got home. These are different things we can do during the day. Let's just rest at home for the day. I don't know what to do. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to investigate. We're going to go to the... We can get to Paradis. I have no clue what that is. Let's get to Café Principe. Cafes, philosophers, artists, academies, get coffee, update knowledge of political factions in Paris and speak your mind. Cool. Potential rewards. What could possibly go wrong? Strolling through the 6th. I'm on dissonant. Again, I apologise. You weave your way through the crowds of excited students, pontificating intellectuals and agitated artists. It feels like every corner is home to another gallery or part of a various academies strewn throughout the district. Your nose picks up the scent of fine coffee and find yourself subconsciously gravitating towards the origin of this delightful smell. The closer you get to the source of this scent, the thicker the cries become. This rice is fantastic. It's a hell of a mouthful to eat, man, but it's fantastic. Eventually you arrive at a bustling coffee house with large glass windows. The sign outside reads Café Principe. Your heart sinks at the sight of the massive crowd of students milling around outside the cafe. It doesn't look like you'll be able to get in at all. However, before you can give up on this venture, a woman in a coffee-stained apron emerges from the door. She loudly asks if any of the students are actually interested in buying anything or they're just hanging around to look important. Sensing the hostility in this rhetorical question, the students quickly dissipate. Satisfied, the woman in the apron heads back inside. With the doorway cleared, you happily enter Café Principe. Inside the coffee house is packed with customers engaging in animated conversation and gesticulating. I can't even say that. Gesticulating. Sorry, I just can't say that. It's so wildly. Bit backward there, wildly. With cups of steaming coffee. Growing up, you were often told that religion and politics made of poor conversation, but it appears that none of these people got the same message. Finding a seat at an empty table, you're approached by the woman from before. Bonjour, madame. My name is. She looks very much like Camille. I love the art style. I just love the art style. It's so beautiful. My name is Marguerite, and let me be the first to welcome you to Café Principe. What can I get you? 1 house coffee, please. What's good? Let's have a tutorial. You gesture around the cafe and ask a question, and the woman follows your gesture as it accidentally points towards a portly older man surrounded by a group of politely giggling young women. Oh, that, she asks. That man is Monsieur Beaumer. He's a regular. As for them, they are prostitutes. At the sound of the fresh giggling from Monsieur Beaumer's table, she changed her clothes and she leans closer to you and whispers behind her hand, he's actually not that funny. The laughing is just good for business. Every time she changes, Margaret, hang on, there's 2 of them. Is there anything else you'd like to know about? I meant the cafe. How do things work? It actually start the tutorial. Fantastic. Oh, the cafe, the woman exclaimed, suddenly understanding your point. Don't worry, everything here is pretty simple. I watched it play out with our patrons the same way every day for the last few years. First, you come in and sit down and order something. While we can't make you order anything, we would strongly prefer that you order some coffee. She stops to stare at you significantly for a moment. The coffee also perks you up, makes you less exhausted if you're feeling tired. It's no substitute for sleep, but it's a start. Ooh. After you get your drink, you can settle in alongside our patrons here. They're all obsessed with politics, so it's easy to find out who among the high and mighty is doing well at the moment. Everything's always shifting in past, so it's nice to come in regularly and stay informed. Once you listen for a while, you'll probably get dragged into one of those debates. Be careful with your answers as news travels fast. Depending on who you support, you can earn a favour with the people from one faction or lose it with another. After that, you head home with a little more energy, a little more knowledge, and hopefully a little more well-liked. That's all it is, really. Now, if you could excuse me, madame, I must get back to my other tables. She favours you with a quick courtesy before leaving, and you get settled in. It feels familiar, like a lively version of La Signe, the pub glass you used to frequent back home. Taking out your journal and pencil, you close your eyes and relax, just listen to the bustling cafe, not focus on one individual, just let the sum total of the room flow into your ears and assessing it all together. Occasionally you open your eyes and just jot down notes. Your journal has been updated with the standards of all the political factions in Paris. You can check on this journal tab when you get back home. Cool. After a few minutes, it becomes obvious that the Crown is significantly more powerful than the Revolution. While it might be possible for the Revolution to make the Crown give in to their demands, they would have to build strong alliances with other factions in order to do so. Opening your eyes, you switch your focus to something more specific. You scan the room, looking at everyone's manner of dress and body language. You're looking for the more subtle hints about where everyone's allegiances lie. More notes quickly scratch into your journal. Finding an invitation, you look down at the notes and realise there's no clear pattern in anything you've seen. It seems like the manufacturers they see are unequal in power, and this jumble makes it difficult to discern any additional information about them. Now that you have your bearings politically, you start to become a little more involved with your fellow patrons. The cafe is bustling with discussion swirling around you in ever-flowing morass. Chairs scrape the floor as patrons get up to switch seats in order to be better positioned in their current debate. Lawyers trying to convince people that taxes should be reformed according to natural law, but nobody seems to be able to agree on what natural law is. You get drawn to a conversation about the church and the bourgeoisie. Members of the bourgeoisie are saying the church should no longer be exempt from taxation. What are you saying? One of the patrons asked suddenly. What say you? One of the patrons asked suddenly. The church is right. Their mission is to God, and the poor. Taxes aren't their responsibility. The bourgeoisie is right. If the church wants to be able to own land, they should pay that. They should have to pay taxes. I don't read it at all. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm meeting with the church soon. Let's go with that one. At least one person who discusses feels satisfied with that answer, but not everyone seems pleased. You're certain that your opinions will be known by nearly everyone in the past by the time the next morning comes around. You've gained some favour with the members of the church. You've lost a little favour with the members of the bourgeoisie. Oh well. Daily, it's now late in the day and you're certain the conversations here will carry on long into the night. You feel like you've done enough. You've done what you came here to do. You say your goodbyes to various patrons of the cafe and head home. A little more knowledge than you had before. 26 miles 789, the day of the church party. And here we are. Go to the party. That's no. We've essentially bought the same dress, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, okay. Okay, go to the party. Exhausted, do 10 credibility. Great. Level 2, that didn't do us any good, did it? Go to the party. Okay. As occasionally as a party, you consider taking one last moment to assess your preparations. We need money. Assess preparations. You check a tiny mood to keep you keep in the couch to see what you're wearing. Your robes de la France to a party held by the church. The guests approve of your outfit and your credibility has increased. With preparations like this, tonight should be a largely positive affair. You step down out of your couch and hear a ripple of whispers signal your arrival to any social event these days. There's a small line in the vestibule as guests are waiting to get in. While you're standing in the line, you manage to overhear interesting rumour. You make a mental note just in case. Cool. You get a little bit of cheap church gossip. Excellent. Unfortunately, you can feel the exhausting setting as soon as you look past the door towards the enormous crowd of guests. Tonight's going to be a long night. Great. As quickly as you gain it, you lose it. Servant checks your invitation. Everything seems to be in order. Please take this gift of wine. My compliments to our host. I can't afford it. Nod to her and enter the party. We can't afford to do that. She courtesies to you as you pass her by and enter the party. Now let the games begin. Oh, blimey. Oh, we've got our friend. Oh, we know him. We've got Father Sidotti. We've got a book. That's me. Oh, that's a servant. Okay. If we go to this one, let's go and speak to Father Sidotti. See what he can. You spot the priest, Father Sidotti, sampling some of the desserts and talking with another guest. He looks like he'll have something interesting to discuss, and the sweets look quite enticing as well. With your mind made up, you decide to approach them. Oh my, this cake is spectacular. The custard inside complements the fruits just perfectly. And as glad you like it, it's far better than my chef is from Brittany. And the dish is a specialty of his. He's a true French chef to his very heart, which makes him one of the finest in the world. The guest replies with a great deal of pride. Ludovico slowly puts down his fork. That's very interesting choice of words, he replies, and you swear that this Italian accent has grown more pronounced. I'll admit that this fine Fireburton is certainly a recipe from Britain. I must remind you that both cakes and custard only came to France because Catherine de Medici brought to Italian chefs with her when she married your Henry II all those years ago. Ooh. I beg your pardon, this dish has only been created in French, thus it is a French recipe, she replies, enunciating every syllable very carefully. She doesn't look happy, does she? Very pink. Father forgive them, for they know not what they do. Ludovico mumbles to himself while rubbing his temples. Ludovico sees you and perks up with vet. Please come here. I need your help with something. It's a simple question. Whose chefs have contributed more to cuisine? Those of France or Italy? Oh, blimey. I'm merely here to sample desserts. Please don't mind me. Well, that's fine, woman says proudly. They're fine desserts. After all, they're French. Let's point out Ludovico. You gain some credibility. Oh dear, that's not what I wanted to say. Turns to you, shocked and hurt. I see where your priorities lie. Desserts, your priorities lie with desserts. Is that a crime? You've lost favour. Oh, great. He leaves, and it appears that yes, it is a crime. Truly, the world is bereft of justice. That's a bit of a bugger. I made a mess of that, didn't I? You divert yourself chatting with the gourmand about France's culinary heritage. Unfortunately, she's still drunk on the recent victory. I spent too much time lecturing you on the agreeable conversational partner. Eventually, you manage to excuse yourself in order to investigate the rest of the party and see if there's anybody else you can do before it ends. And I was, okay. So we've got a gift Jilton Jones bought you sort out your company. Okay, church gossip. Okay, I heard church gossip. We've got over here. We've got bourgeois. Here go the host. Okay. We've got. Why is this woman here? She looks like. Why is there a woman here who looks so much like you? Okay, I'm not gonna. Father Sadotti. Earlier we should speak with you. He's currently trapped in conversation. I'm struggling because I don't know. Let's go Sadotti. Credibility, yeah. Okay, I think it could be useful later. Striding through the party, keep your eyes open for something interesting. You manage to spot Ludovico, the intriguing priest from before. He appears to be talking to someone else already, but you approach them regardless. Which is why I'll travel overland if I'm ever to return to Rome. When all of this is concluded, the trips might be too much for me. All because you performed a man's last rites. I feel like the ship's captain overreacted. You were just doing your duty. The woman replies, by the way, where did you learn Turkish in the first place? Oh well, Ludovico mumbles as he sips his wine. Faith can accomplish a great many things. Noticing you, Ludovico suddenly perks up. Oh my, Yvette, it's good to see you again. Turn to woman introduces you. This is my friend, Madame Ducor. Have the two of you met before? Her mouth falls again. Wait, you're Yvette Ducor, as in the infamous Madame Ducor? In the flesh, madam, trust me, everything you've heard is only the beginning. I thought I must caution you, misses for exaggerations. Let's go. I'm still busy lately. My superiors at the parish have been assigned to have all come down with a terrible fever. I'm leading the mass for the last few days. It's been years and I get nervous speaking in front of crowds this size. It is the other one, myself, madam, but can you excuse us? I need to speak to a vet alone for the moment. Oh well, oh really, she replies, whatever for? We need to talk about a book we've just finished, madam. This is a business for a little to private for someone I've just met. As you know, my Francis is missing. Father's let him have a clue to his whereabouts. Ah yes, this information is a private matter of the most importance. Ludovico chimes in helpfully. Of course, I won't take any of your time. That went alright. With the polite courtesy disappears into the crowd. You can hear Ludovico mumbling a prayer to himself. That's probably not the best reason I've borne false witness, he admits with a sheepish grin. I read to him from the previous cake conversation. His nose gets put out of joint quite easily. He's also got massive eyes. His eyes are huge. Anyway, we're finally alone, he says with a sigh of relief. As I said before, I'm leading mass at the church I've been assigned to. It's a 14th century arrondissement to the south. It may not be the most glamorous district, but the building is beautiful and our choir is quite lovely. Benedictions is now available to visit in the past map. I'm holding mass every day for the foreseeable future. I'd love for you to attend. I'm sure you would. I'd love to see you as well. He blushes, trailing off. Yes, kneeling in prayer, the perfect date activity. What do I think of it sooner? Let's go with this one. Well, I've never really done one of those before, so it might not be a very good one, but yes, this is exactly what you think it is. Oh, hello, you dirty old man. You're a priest, you're a man of the cloth. I'm a woman of fashion, don't you know? I know this sounds strange, but with my eyes, I have to be more discreet than most. I'd like to see you, and you being seen attending one of my sermons is one of the best ways for us to establish a public relationship. That is, if you like for us to have a relationship at all, he says, equally playing quite helpful. Oh, hello, sailor. We've gained a favour back with him anyway. So in a nearby card calls out Ludovico. It appears that I'm needed elsewhere. Au revoir, Yvette. With that, he disappears into the crowd. Well, this is certainly intriguing. Yeah, I'm perfectly comfortable with it. With a lighter step than normal, you set off to explore the pot, wondering what the future holds for you and a certain priest. I can imagine. A country priest in Paris for the State General has been granting asylum to accused criminals. Okay. Alright, continue. 27 March 1789. Right, we've got 2 days. That is the wine tasting. Accepted. It's bourgeoisie. We're going to need another dress. Oh no. Explore Paris. We're going to have to go to benedictions. Current objective. We haven't got any money for a new dress. Current benedictions. Return to the map. Yeah, let's go there. Visit the location. So apparently it's established a social acceptable pretext for the two of you be seen together more frequently. Okay. Okay, I'm not of the Catholic faith, so I thought I've got no idea what will happen to him if he breaks his vows, but we'll soon find out. Getting up a little earlier than usual, you walk south to the 14th arrondissement, so you can attend Ludovico's sermon. Much as he said, the neighbourhood is poorer than most, and many houses are in even worse condition than your own, which is saying something. Thankfully, Ludovico's directions turn out to be correct, and you find the church without any difficulty. Parishioners are still filtering inside, with a few loitering outside to chat and catch up on the news of the day. It's a beautiful building, meaning that it was built when this neighbourhood was still prosperous. Well, at least these people still have a beautiful place to pray. Some to greet parishioners still exchange with passengers outside. You enter the church and make your way to an unaccompanied chair near the front. You sit down as mass is about to begin. While you were raised Catholic, you find yourself to be a touch less zealous than most. In fact, you realise that this is the first time you've attended a church since arriving in Paris. So as the service progresses, you find yourself participating as if you'd never stopped. You know when to stand up and when to sit down, when to sing and when to be silent. At one point, the procession brings forth a requilary, reliquary, there we go, containing the forearm bone of a martyred saint. You look at the people around you, they seem transfixed by it. It's amazing to think that such a thing could still carry so much meaning to so many people. Did that saint ever imagine that this would happen? That they would have effect, they would affect so many long after their death? Ludovico presides over everything from his lectern, speaking Latin as if it was his native tongue. It's a good sermon, though he tends to stammer when he makes eye contact with you. Well, that's the cutest sermon I've ever seen. Someone behind you such your musings, but you ignore them. There's nothing wrong with enjoying yourself. Benedicamus Domino, Ludovico intones to the crowd, signalling the end of the service. Deo gratias, the crowd replies, effectively, yourself included. Whilst most get up to leave, getting ready to go about their work, you stand as the last in line behind some of the parishioners to be blessed. You finally reach the front of the line and see Ludovico there, looking every part. The humble priest, his thumb anointed with holy water. Approach, Madame de Cor. You may kneel, he says, gesturing with his free hand to the floor in front of you. My heart is in your hands, Father, said Artie. Kneel for the blessing. You lay yourself to one knee. He draws the sand across your forehead. The cool water drips down your brow and the bridge of your nose. I'm glad to see you here, Madame de Cor, he says, just loud enough for the lingering pressures to hear. I've heard that your circumstances left you with quite a troubled soul. It's an absurd performance for the sake of gossiping parishioners who will all carry your imagined circumstances far and wide, yet you can't help but appreciate the thought he's put into this. If you like, we could meet up later for some spiritual counselling, I'm sure. I might need... Oh my god, it's like a carry-on movie, this. I might need more than simple counsel, Father Zetti. What are you prepared to do? I think that's the most vexing, Father Zetti. I think this will take more than one meeting. I suppose we've all managed to cough, trying to hide his flushing cheeks from the crowd. Yeah, I'm sure you gain a little favour with Ludovico. In fact, you may reach out from whatever you like. He hands you a piece of paper with his address on it. The rendezvous with Ludovico is discover more suitable occasions in Paris. He can invite him out. Okay. With a polite nod, you take your leave. If anyone comes suspicious, well, even more suspicious, really, outside the church, standing at summer's day, you realise you're absolutely exhausted. You decide to head home. Walking through the forte of the desert, you puzzle over the morning's events. Charm, intrigue, and a hint of taboo is nothing else. It's exciting. Yeah, go on. Your time during the storm, the weather's lovely. You feel everything feels better than usual. In fact, it feels like the start of something special. Okay, 28 miles, 1789. Next morning you find a letter on your nightstand. Camille must have brought it in while you were still asleep. It's sealed in golden wax with letters LS, initials LS. Open it up, you find a letter from Ludovico written with well-practiced handwriting of someone who spends most of the day among books, scrolls and tomes. Dear Vet, I'm thankful that I met you on that fateful night. I can't forget the terrible sins committed against you and your wicked host. In fact, I've done some research of my own. I believe I have some information that you'll find quite interesting. Ludovico goes on to describe a particularly fountain deep in the city. He'd like to meet you there in secret, as he's worried that someone is intercepting the letter. Is your enemy really that powerful? Ludovico's lead is now available in the Paris map. Please meet me there as soon as you can, and I'll share what I know. Using your map, it doesn't tell him to figure out where this particular fountain is. You could visit today if you like. Let you join me. Yeah, okay. I'll be doing it, okay. Hang on. Except I need to go to my wardrobe and see what I've got. Provincial outfit. But if that's all we've got, we'll have to do that, aren't we? Church won't like that. The Crown don't like that either. I feel provincial outfit, I reckon that one. Let's go back to the calendar. That's a war gala. Okay. Right, okay. Let's go to calendar. Let's go and see our... We've accepted. Let's just go and mark out date. Hang on, I've gone to the wrong thing. Right, okay. Fine, I've gone to the wrong date. We're back in here, aren't we? I was getting panicked. I'm thinking, yeah, okay. That's tomorrow, so that is a wine tasting. Okay, bourgeoisie. Right, so let's look what bourgeoisie. We can't afford anything, can we? Let's go to a wardrobe and let's have the bourgeoisie. So, right, I think it's provincial outfit the bourgeoisie. We flog these two. Okay. Calendar. Let's explore Paris. Exhausting 3. I think we should stay home. Visit location. Yeah, we need to. It's had a day off and spend most time at home resting and recuperating. And to spend the day in taking care of yourself and doing some light reading, you feel recharged. Exhaustion that has been affecting you before has passed. You no longer have any levels of exhaustion. With that, you you turn your focus upon the matters that demand your attention. 22nd March 1789. You wake up with the sound of someone knocking on your door downstairs. Before you can even get up, you can hear Camille cheerily call out, "I'll get it." When she answers the door, you hear her spend a minute talking with a man whose harsh voice you don't recognise. When the conversation finishes, Camille heads up to your room. "Madame, you need to talk about the rent and my wages. What would you like me to do?" Well, the gun from downstairs was our landlord. We're paid up our rent through the week. We need to make sure we've got enough for next week. Well, we don't need to pay him this week, but next week we need to have 35 lira for our rent and 5 lira for my wages, or we could be in trouble. You will now need to pay both your rent and the wages of your service every week, or deal with the damage to credibility and perhaps even peril. That's about him. Yeah, let's just go with that. We don't release Camille, do we? So I need to find 10 lives somewhere. With that, Camille heads downstairs to make your breakfast. You're left to wonder how you'll take care of this. Right, gotta go to the party. Provincial outfit. Then I've got a few days to kind of do stuff. Right, wine tasting, and we've got provincial outfit. Okay, go to the party. Robes de Polonaise. I've got his Rose de France. I've got 2 of them. Okay, look for the flog both of them, aren't we? Okay, as your coordinator party, consider to take one last look at yourself. Might as well. Yeah. No guests have strong feelings. Okay, fine. Preparations. So it could be a toss-up. Yeah. You step down out of your couch and hear a ripple of whispers that signal your arrival to any social event these days. Yep, okay, there's a small line in the vestibule as guests are waiting to get in. While you're standing in the line, you manage to hear an interesting rumour. You make a monitor it just in case. I tell you what I didn't do. I didn't look in that journal to look at what we'd learnt at the cafe. Got more gossip though. You neither feel rested or exhausted. Nothing is holding you back from doing your best in this game of wits. I didn't look at what gossip we had, what we'd learned from that party, not from that cafe. Send a chick's invitation. Nope, we can't afford to give her out. Okay, now the games begin. Right, so we've got you, and you are a vestibule here, so say you're simply going to coat closet. Okay, we're not going to get from that. Conversation. Your pair of women seem to have quite a bit to say to each other. Over dangerous rumours they've gotten hold of, they can't bring themselves to speak in public. Shocking bourgeois. Ooh. Servant. Hairstyle study unlocked. That could be risky. That's one approaching you, but sense of amorous and you sense some sort of amorous intent from her, but something about the whole situation feels off. Something scandalous to be sure. Yep. So we're not going to do that. Nope. Let's see what we can get from Let's see what we can get from this pair. You notice two women, apart from everyone else in the room, laughing in a guilty yet carefree way, suggest something is afoot. They have yet to notice you, yet you have drawn to them like a banker towards an outstanding debt. I've heard the most outlandish things from my fellow business partners in the bourgeoisie, but I know it'll just come back to haunt me if I repeat it here. That familiar feeling. My husband has told me what he's seen in the army, and I'm of the same mind. I'm not sure I could endure the backlash that would result. The two women stare at each other in silence, which gives way to barely suppressed laughter. There's silence again. It's settled that neither of us will discuss what we know with anyone, even each other, even while she says you can easily see that it would be trivial to get either one to talk. It would be trivial to get either one of them to talk. It's just a matter of weathering the consequences. As I said, anyone who leaks these particular rules will face immediate scrutiny from whoever has their secrets exposed. Let's not depart from each other. This is your final chance to follow one of them. Let's go with the bourgeoisie. You follow the milliner. She leaves her companion behind. Together resolute, but divided she'll surely fall. Ah, do I know you? She asks as you approach her, desperately trying to maintain a stony, determined expression. As you tack together, she doesn't take long for Sarah to fall away. You share a few choice anecdotes of your own, and she's unique to tell you what she's been burdened with. Cheap bourgeoisie gossip. As you guessed previously, it's clear that she's no real sense of discretion. It's likely that, before the night is over, members of bourgeoisie will know that you got this information from her. Ugh, with honour aid. Oh well, didn't know she was anyway. Following the conversation is empty but energetic. While there's nothing of substance, there's something to say that the enthusiasm makes things interesting. So sometime later, sensing a long discussion, excuse yourself to pursue other inquiries. Right, so we've got you with the cheap bourgeoisie gossip. We've got you pair, which are... There's nothing to gain with that. Up here we've got... There's a woman who here apparently used to work with Pierre in the past. It's a fellow huntress of gossip and rumour. The two of you might have a lot to talk about. Return to the part. All we've got here where we can go on potential rewards. That's risky. I'm doing it though. Pick this conversation. Walking on the potty, you notice a room with a stately desk appears to have been open and unattended. The desk is scattered with important looking papers. Perhaps you should skulk around for a moment. Chance will increase your power by a small amount. Valuable gossip. To find you, make sure that you can go back your onwards, but you're still keenly aware of how it looks if you get caught doing this. You gain some power. Oh my god, you've just gained some power. Powerless decisions can often get you into what you want. If your power bar fills up, then it means something unfortunate will happen to you. Be careful how much you take on. Okay. You quickly shift through the papers on the desk, looking for anything that might provide you with a valuable room that you can sell to Pierre. Your eyes settle on a half-finished letter, one of your his confidence. Amidst your usual pleasantries, you read something quite useful. Church gossip. Committing to detailed memory, you try to next. Let's look for valuables. Contents you can keep your eye risky your efforts are at the moment. You've gained a decent amount of barrel. You offer for the drawers, you search on loose coins, precious stones, really valuables you can take with you. Your host clearly has more than enough money. You'll never miss this. Your efforts pay off and you manage to find a single ruby probably intended to be sent to a piece of jewellery later. Get in. You carefully secret the gem under your stays. Looking over the room, you seem already taken everything of value. Without any other matters to attend to, you leave. Just as he's closing behind you, one of the chambermaids around the corner eyes you suspiciously. You've lost some credibility. Instead of staying to come up with some urgent excuse, something they never actually saw you do. You simply leave it behind, seeing you're backing amongst party proper. So, we've got 25 peril, we've got a lot of peril, we've got lots of gossip, and we've got some money. Peril's a problem, we need to be careful doing that again. Oh, okay. Right. 30 March 1789. The military's payday was yesterday, something that should have been an absolute normal event. In fact, anywhere else it would be. However, the financial situation of Canada's pales right now, and no small amount of people are worried. You've heard of cases all over the city where taverns are already refusing to issue soldiers lines of credit for fear of never getting paid back. Yesterday, the worst outcome came to pass. Every soldier and sailor has seen their pay delayed, with no indication of when it will appear next. Needless to say, a lot of well-armed people are quite unhappy, and this does not make the Crown look good. The Crown has lost some power. The military has moved towards revolution by a decent amount. Okay. As in Paris, life goes on. Okay. Let's go to the journal. So we've now got a few days spare. That's the problem. Journal. Notables. Faction. Favour. So notables. Okay. Crown. Right, so faction power. Notable, it says here actually, notable it's the second stage rule for centuries. Power, much finance classes, it's only gotten worse. Military's levies last on costly wars abroad are funded by tax levied on lower middle classes while they pay nothing. The first half of the third state, the poorest commoners of France are in great numbers but lacking a real political power. Originally a fringe movement, the anti-monarchy nationalists have grown a number of violent clash between revolutions and Crown is all but inevitable. Okay. The Church, mind power. First estate will strong political influence and owns a great deal of land throughout the kingdom, despite the fact their first loyalty is to the Pope in Rome. The power, but they favour the king. Military, minor. The armies of France are considered the most powerful in Europe. They sworn to protect the king. The cost of wars and unrest at home has led to harsh conditions and poverty wages for common soldiers. Okay. Newest faction, the bourgeoisie is a merchants, tradespeople and academies of the commoners in the third state. The wealthy, they lack titles and noble classes to spare the majority of the country's taxes. Okay, interesting. And then we've got gossip, we've got country peace, representatives of the third state have gotten 3 rooms to stay in from public hotels. However, they've been staying for a long time. It's signs of the friendship of the host. I suppose he's been investing large amounts of money in hot air balloons. And the church gossip has been going to asylum to accused criminals. That's the same bit of gossip, that. Okay, let's go on this. Right, let's get calendar. Visit Paris. Let's go to here. Visit the location. Pierre's office looks marginally cleaner than before, or he's managed to shuffle the mess into different shaped piles. Honestly, it's hard to tell. You spend a few minutes waiting around it. In the entry before Pierre arrives, he seems quite enthused by your presence. Wife, it's my newest confidant. Please come in. Have you come with some more delicious information, or perhaps where's the one? How do you know what I'm looking for? Madam, my suspicion about your suspicion was founded in your newfound notoriety. Suspicions which you could be satisfied to confirm for me. Pierre favours you with a short, elegant bow. Merci beaucoup. You've lost credibility. Great. As your Francis whereabouts, I don't know exactly his exact address. I'd probably a wealthy man by now. It's pausing to examine your action. However, I happen to have some leads. I can say that they already like you more than some of the men that are looking for him. However, before I lay out my terms, I must satisfy my own curiosity. How really well do you know your beloved Armand? Not very well at all. In early February, you take a seat at your usual spot, let's say again a small tavern in your hometown. The head of your cloak is still up. It's less to do with the snow outside, more to do with the fact that you don't want to talk to anyone else here. Moments of trying to read your book, but failing to get into it, you hear a set of footsteps approaching your table. Oh wow. Bonjour, vet. I hope you have not been waiting too long. Not at all, Armand. Excellent. This is our last night together for a while, so I want to make sure it's a memory of your treasure. He races to a bar, he brings a bottle of wine and some glasses, along with a loaf of freshly baked bread. This is steaming while It's still steaming when it touches the table. One fills the glass. My father's been talking me off about this particular vintage. I hope it's up to your standards. He then fills his own and raises glasses of toast to France, to the General Assembly, to most importantly to us. The red one is cheap, full-bodied. It smells of leather, blackberries and clothes. It's some of the best you've had. And you tell Armand he's enjoying it as well. You spend an hour finishing the bottle together, pausing occasionally to nibble at the bread. All the while you trade jokes, news around the village, as if you try to forget that this is the last you'll see of each other for months. When it's finished, Armand pauses, places the bottle inside, a curious habit he's picked up from his father. He takes a deep breath and waits for a moment, saying, "The snow appears to have stopped. Would you like to come to join me outside? Something I want to show you." Outside, the night air is brisk, even the colours of the moonlight are cold. It's stark contrast from the fireside warmth of the tavern, yet despite the open air it feels intimate and personal than the small tavern you left behind. While I like signing as much as the next man, I prefer to run a night. It's something more something that's just about us, as Armand says in a soft low voice. He turns down to his elbow for you to grab onto. Careful walk. I'd love to. You step close to him, wrapping your arms around his before you wander off into moonlight. You gain favour with Armand. I hope so. You walk along the edge of the lake. You sound the only sound being whispers of the wind and the sounds of your footfalls and the steady rhythm of each other's breaths. Your head leans toward his shoulders. His body feels a warmth and familiar. The moon is full. The town is distant. And it feels like you're the only two people in the entire world. Without a word, Armand leans in towards you, closes his eyes, might as well, give him a snog. Your lips meet his, and joyful shivers run through your body. Hands comes up to stroke the side of your face. As the other hugs you close. You're not sure how long the kiss lasts. It seems the lost some of its important time. He pulls away from each other. He stares into his eyes. His face is a mixture of excitement and surprise. I hope every kiss we have is as good as that one. Get more favourite. Prepare himself for the next words. It's then a man stumbles out of the docks towards you, glancing about himself, trying to catch his breath. Armand, I've been looking for you everywhere. He whispers hoarsely. His accent is foreign, wholly unfamiliar. All you know is it isn't French, nor is he English. Don't notice more yet. You don't recognize his man. Stay silent. Charles, what a surprise! Armand's was the flat voice, flat and tense. Armand, things are changing faster than we could have imagined. The man called Charles is hurriedly passing a small porcelain satchel into Armand's hands. In the dim light, he managed to notice a few papers sticking out the top of the bag. Real new tensions were going to keep rising after Bishop Bonteville was killed himself. But this, Charles, Armand presses in a louder volume, glancing towards you. Armand, I know this is hard, but Francis is at stake here. Charles continues, oblivious to your presence. We helped guarantee your election as our barrage, so you could do this for us. You said yourself we must. Charles, Armand barks sharply and suddenly. Even the crickets and birds seem to go silent. Breathing deeply, Armand recomposes himself and gestures in your direction. Charles, have you met my fiancée, Yvette Decaux? We're just enjoying our last night together before I left to prepare for the estate general. Charles, what eyes wide and seemingly notice you for the first time. Oh, hello, madame. I was just giving your fancy some important files before he forgot. He forgot at home. Please excuse my intrusion. Bonne nuit. That Charles leads you on Armand stared to the moment. Yeah, go on, let's be nice. Charles Excel smiles. There's a lot of attention about him. Not right now, no. It'll all be very vague at the moment, but there's so much going on that I don't want to give you something new to worry about. Still, thank you. It made me glad to know I have you on my side. More favours with him. I promise I'll explain when this is all over. I hope so. Pierre is staring at you. Must have gotten lost in your thoughts for a moment. Perhaps I don't know what I thought. You think, well, madam, perhaps it's you learn as much as you can. And that's just what I certainly help with. You see, I'm looking to run a new social piece, something that will capture the imagination of the public. Pierre favours you with broad teeth again. It may also rekindle a rivalry, so to speak. After all, it's easy to sell newspaper and something to write about. If you bring me gossip literature, I'll tell you whether I learn. Where you to learn more about your estranged Armand. Has asked a favour of you. Selling specific types of fresh gossip in the allotted time. You receive special rewards. You can track your requests in the gossip tab on your journal. To get me to gossip, my journalistic genius will handle the rest. To business then. Sell. So, okay. So let's your gossip. We'll sell that. Keep bourgeois gossip. Sell that. And sell that. Okay. Alright, done. So we've done it all. So go home. Pair classes on together like madam, it appears you have done me a great service with the latest gossip I can follow, which is my most controversial social piece yet. Excellent. In fact, your contribution is so great that they must be recognised. Madam, you're no longer a mere gossip monger. Today you are a journalist. Oh my god. You reach the rank of journalist. That the title itself is meaningless, but it certainly sounds nice. I'm sure you wish to know more about your husband. Before we get into this, why did you need me to do this? Make sure that Mom has managed to keep some rather opinionated company. Pierre says with careful circumspection of someone severely downplaying the seriousness of the situation. While the details of their beliefs have become remarkably difficult to track down, I know two things about their views. The first is they show open disdain for the country's court laws and privileges which make them unwelcome with their aristocracy supporting the crown. However, they also harbour strong devotion to the Queen, which alienated them to the nationalists in the Revolution. There's a studio in the 7th arrondissement where he and some of his like-minded individuals prefer to discuss the proper course for the country. Painters in the front, planning in the back. Pierre is scribbling a piece of paper. When he hands it off to you, you'll find it in an address. The Gret Royal raided the studio a month ago and arrested everyone there, Pierre explains. While supporting the Queen certainly a crime, something about the Greece police was making someone in power quite uncomfortable. The studio's been abandoned ever since. Go there, you might find something that leads you to your Ormond. The abandoned studio is now available for you to visit on the Paris map. Now, before you leave, madame, I hope that you will not forget about me on my humble PayPal. I still find your social insights valuable. I'm always willing to pay for anything you can bring me. I like to think we make good business partners, but of course, Pierre, this has been a delight. But yeah, go on then. Puts the snuff box her face with a deep vertical bow. Now you flatter me, madame. Bon chance, and may God see fit to reunite you with your Armand in great haste. Mention of God, Pierre makes a sign of the cross. You're pretty sure he did it backwards. May I cross path again. Wow. I've overshot this 31st of March 1789. Right. I've overshot how long I'll be. I got so guess that we've been going for over an hour. Right. Yes, I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving this. This is fantastic. I'm having a great time on it. Yeah, but didn't I say about 20 minutes ago, but I'm going to stop now. I'm going to go like half an hour later. Anyway, yeah, I did stop because we've gone far longer than normal. I hope you enjoyed that. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love this game. I could still be sat here 2 hours later, but it's late like it got bad. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know how you get. If you've played, let me know what you've done with it. I'd love to know how you're getting on with it. I'd love to know what games I'd love to have different conversations going on. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll certainly see you in the next one. Alright then, thanks very much. Bye.